I went to an event recently that was at the top of the Gherkin. The Gherkin, otherwise known as St Mary's Axe, is one of the most prominent and distinguished landmarks on the new architecture of London. Fantastic building, and very few people get in and go to the top. So I went along to the event, and it was a very interesting experience. I don't think I've ever been to an event quite like that, where more people are standing on the outside of the room looking out rather than looking to the inside of the room and networking. But apart from the tremendous views and the experience, there was another reason why people stood at the outside of the room and looked out at the view. And a simple reason for that was fear. Not a fear of heights, because otherwise they would have been looking the other way, but a fear of going and meeting new people. In 1984, there was a survey in the New York Times where they asked people, what are you most frightened of? And death came third. The top two fears in that survey were walking into a room full of strangers and speaking in public. So people going along to networking events go filled with fear. Most people hate the prospect, and that drives them into a comfort zone where they will do anything but approach anyone new. You need to get over that attitude. You need to get out of that comfort zone if you're going to make the most from networking. You have to be courageous. Ask yourself why you're frightened of speaking to strangers. Maybe it's because your mum told you not to speak to strangers as you grew up, but she wasn't talking about networking events. So rationalise that fear. People go to networking events to meet new people. Therefore, that fear of rejection that you may well have isn't necessarily well-founded. So my advice for you is to get away from that comfort zone, move away from the people that you came with, the people that you work with already or you know very well. You can go for a drink with them beforehand or afterwards, and go and approach someone you've never met before. Just go up and introduce yourself. I tend to look for people on their own because I'm guessing that they're not there for solitude. So I'll go up and introduce myself and start chatting to them. I'll also approach groups, but I'll look to make sure that they are easy to engage. They're obviously open to conversation. They don't appear to be in their own deep conversation that I'm going to break. And when I do approach them, I listen into what they're talking about and join on their terms. I don't just barge in and interrupt someone and ask, can I join you? Because I'm interrupting someone who may be in full flow. The one thing I tend to do is avoid pairs of people, unless their body language is very open. Because if two people are talking, there's a good chance they could be talking business, they could be developing a high level of rapport, and you may feel that rejection that you fear. So your best bet are larger groups, or even better, people on their own. But whatever you do when you go to a networking event, step out of your comfort zone, look around the room, look into the room, and approach new people.